A job posting demanded a strong man with steady nerves, a background in science, and, most bizarrely, a deep knowledge of beetles. Dr. Hamilton was a desperate physician, but the bizarre salary, £20 a day, forced him to accept the job from the frantic Lord Linchmere. He soon found himself at a secluded English manor, realizing he wasn't hired for his medical skills, but as bait. He was there to witness a horrifying truth. Sir Thomas Rossiter, the renowned beetle collector, suffered from murderous fits, and his strange facial twitch was the only warning they had before the attack began. Dr. Hamilton, a physician struggling with financial difficulties, answered an advertisement that defied logic. The mysterious posting demanded a man of strong physique, firm nerves, and, essentially, a coleptorist, an expert in beetles. Despite the bizarre requirements, the offer was astounding: £20 a day, provided he placed himself absolutely at the disposal of the employer. The employer was Lord Linchmere, a man whose demeanor was one of barely contained terror. Linchmere, who was also a doctor, insisted that Hamilton's primary role was to act as his protection. Hamilton accepted the strange terms, though he sensed immense danger. They traveled immediately to Delamere Court, the secluded estate of Sir Thomas Rossiter. Sir Thomas was the husband of Linchmere's sister, Lady Rossiter, who was notable for a disfiguring scar across her face. Sir Thomas Rossiter was a world-renowned calypterist, revered for his meticulous research. Yet, he presented a distinct and unsettling anomaly: a continuous nervous twitch that pulsed across his forehead. Linchmere privately informed Hamilton that this twitch was a providential signal of danger that invariably preceded a devastating homicidal attack. Linchmere explained his desperate plan. He needed Hamilton to witness the madness. He convinced the skeptical doctor to pass the night in his room, sharing a tense vigil, convinced they would be attacked before morning. The two men settled into the room, Linchmere's nerves frayed and visible. The hours dragged by, the atmosphere thick with silent anticipation. Linchmere, in a state of hypervigilance, suddenly motioned to Hamilton. The moment had arrived. They heard stealthy, measured footsteps outside the door. Sir Thomas Rossiter entered the room, moving with a disturbing, predatory crouch. In his hand, he carried a heavy hammer. Linchmere quickly retreated into the deep shadows near the fireplace. Sir Thomas, his eyes wide and vacant, sprang onto the bed where Linchmere should have been sleeping. He brought the heavy hammer down with 3 tremendous blows onto the mattress, tearing through the bedding and slamming into the frame beneath.
Sir Thomas was clearly operating under a powerful, murderous delusion.
Hamilton, reacting instantly, sprang from his hiding place, quickly followed by Linchmere. They descended upon the man who had just tried to bludgeon them to death. It was a brutal struggle, but they managed to subdue Sir Thomas, restraining his terrifying, manic strength. Linchmere, exhausted but triumphant, looked at Hamilton. The necessity of the bizarre setup was now chillingly clear. Lord Linchmere revealed the horrific truth. Sir Thomas suffered from periodic homicidal mania. During these episodes, he would attempt to murder the person he loved most, the person closest to him. Linchmere explained the murderous urge had first been directed at their young son, who was safely removed from the house. Then the madness turned toward his wife, Lady Rossiter, resulting in the scar that disfigured her face and forced her to flee the estate in fear for her life. Linchmere had deliberately exposed himself to the attack. He needed Hamilton, as a qualified physician, to witness the profound, undeniable nature of Sir Thomas's insanity and sign the necessary commitment papers. The bizarre hunt for beetles, the high pay, and the constant fear were all a calculated plot to protect his sister and prevent Sir Thomas from harming anyone else. The terrifying twitch on the forehead, the Providential signal, was the final chilling piece of evidence that had warned Linchmere of the coming attack. Lord Linchmere's plan was a desperate, dangerous gamble that nearly cost him his life. But he achieved his goal, ensuring Sir Thomas, the brilliant but cursed coleopterist, would be confined and his sister would be safe. However, the case raises a terrifying psychological question. Was Sir Thomas's homicidal mania truly a random affliction? Or was his descent into madness somehow linked to his obsession with collecting and cataloging nature's small, hidden horrors? And if the target of his madness was always the person he loved the most, does that mean the only way for him to protect those he cherished was to attempt to destroy them? Leave your psychological analysis on Sir Thomas's madness below. Don't forget to like and subscribe to Shadow Tales Illustrated for more dark chronicles from the edge of reality.